I know we said in the last video that we posted that we weren't going to do visuals, but we've been doing some planning, haven't we, Jason?
We've been doing some discussing. Right, podcast is great. We've got that going.
Yep.
It's in multiple places.
It is.
You can check us out on iTunes. You can check us out on Amazon Music,
Spotify,
Google
Podcasts.
Google Podcasts.
That's the one.
I think Overcast. There's a couple of others out there. We're going to keep adding.
Yeah, wow.
But
but we're still going to be doing, so me and Jason are going to have our own Authentic with Jason and Lincoln. That's the new name of this channel.
It's easier to find on YouTube.
Yeah, it is. And we're going to be doing a visual aspect for our podcast, aren't we, Jason?
Yeah, we are doing. So we're going to be doing other shows, but at the moment we've only got one editor. So
that's me.
You know, if you're looking into editing,
feel free to reach out, and we'd love to have you on part of the team.
At this point, it's a non-paid position.
Yes.
Neither of us.
No. But yeah. Anyway, so we have prepared some new segments for this week's episode.
So we should explain this. So we're changing the format a bit. We're going to have different types of segments.
We are.
The reason for this, we want to break up the show. Each of those will be its own little bit that we'll release each week, as well as the whole main show.
Yeah.
If we do an interview, you'll have an interview separate from the main.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing news stories. Those news stories are probably going to have a humorous beat just because we want to have some fun with them.
Probably, yes.
We want to actually have some fun.
We want to actually laugh.
We're going to have some made up or funny stories.
Funny stories, yes.
We're going to be having a cultural segment yet to be named. Probably a thong.
A what?
Well, if we're going with Aussie terms.
Aussie terminology, yeah. A thong. Although that can
For culture.
For culture. For the culture. Although if an American's watching this, then they might not understand why we've chose thong as our cultural segment title.
We're going to have some fun with this. Yeah. We're also going to have a possible interview segment, but not today.
Yeah. So we're going to start trying to do regular interviews, and in each of our podcasts, the ones that you're watching now, we're going to be putting a short clip in each of these, in each of our podcasts.
Yeah, we're going to be separating them with some music and some whatever.
Indeed.
All copyrighted will be down the bottom, and all the links will be at the bottom every week.
Absolutely.
Our made up stories are just going to be snags on the Barbie.
Snags on the Barbie. Snag of the week.
We're going to snag of the week.
Snag of the week.
No prawns here.
No prawns.
And we're
only
also
shrimps.
Going to have a sports segment.
We
might even do some sport themed shows, as I know we've got a few people that want to get involved in
Absolutely.
that.
But we'll and
a game segment as well right at the end. So that's an overview of what we're doing today. Thank you for joining us.
Have a good week.
Show on what are we saying? Have a good week already? Because we're releasing this last time I checked on Saturday.
We are, yes. Every single Saturday, 8 a.m. is when it should be going up.
Right. So this show being recorded on Monday is for this Saturday.
This Saturday, yeah.
Which is just to get it right, the 16th.
Correct.
Okay, Saturday the 16th, 2021.
Indeed.
Thank you for joining us. We are Authentic.
Have a great week.
No, I'm just...
No, so we're going to be going through some different segments today. What is our first segment of today's episode?
All right, so our first story is a news story, as we just talked about. And this week, we're going to be keeping our news to specifically Australian or Queensland news. This week, in the last 2 weeks.
Last 2 weeks,
because we have been away. We have a new... Is it
Premier, is it?
It's the Premier of New South Wales.
Yeah.
I'm just going to read this. I'm not ignoring him. Dominic Perrottet.
Dominic Perrottet.
He is a long-standing Catholic with 6 kids and has some stands at the church's liking, but is actually creating a bit of turmoil in New South Wales.
Gotta love a bit of drama.
The women groups are having some issues. Is he going to take their side for abortion? Is
I know.
he not?
You know, when do women not have issues?
Where does he stand on the gay and lesbian government issues? Everyone wants him to be their champion.
Yeah.
The only people not asking for it at the church, funny enough. Have you seen anyone in the church say, hey, take our side?
No.
I haven't seen this at all.
Not a single one.
Usually we have premiers being sent letters saying, please. I think they're just expecting him to be on the same side.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
I think this is what I think they're just going for. So yeah, Dominic
Dominic.
Middle name of... I said it earlier. I should have... Middle name of
Joseph.
Francois. No, it's Francis.
Joseph. Francis, Francois.
Dominic Francis.
So,
yeah, now, just... he was the treasurer.
He was.
All right, he's not a big fan of Centrelink. What is it with treasurers?
Treasurers.
What is it with Christian treasurers and Centrelink? Scott Morrison was a treasurer, hated Centrelink, doesn't want to increase it, has fought against it tooth and nail, and now we have another treasurer who's premier, who's also a Christian.
It's just an ongoing theme, isn't it?
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
We apparently... See, I think it comes down to the Bible, those who don't work don't eat, so we're kind of like, which is an Old Testament, I believe.
It is, yeah.
So, all right, so we're keeping people to an Old Testament scripture. Jesus came to fulfill the law, change the law. We're in the New Testament. We are not even Jews, so we wouldn't...
No.
Well, I don't know if you're a Jew, but...
Am I a Jew? Are you a Jew?
No, I'm not a Jew.
Maybe.
So,
yeah.
If we are, we're many generations gone.
I'm German, actually, so I actually am German.
And slightly indigenous.
Slightly indigenous.
So I'm
That's
Scottish, if anything.
Scottish.
And Welsh.
Welsh.
Don't know how that works.
Oh, Welsh.
But, the fact is we've got this...
Treasurer. Hoarding all the treasure.
Who's basically saying, we don't want to help out the poor.
Yeah.
People can survive on $20 a day. It's
yeah.
$40 a day.
I mean,
now.
I can eat, it's not that hard,
Now, when you go to Macca's and you try and get a meal, it's going to cost you about $10, $15. So that leaves you $20 for everything else.
Exactly.
So, just paying attention down here, I think we got to take this into consideration.
Yeah, exactly.
We should probably call this new segment For Your... No, we can't do that. That's an ABC show.
Is it actually? Wait.
For Your Consideration.
For your consideration. Well, screw ABC. For your consideration. No.
We'll come up with something.
A different name. It'll be up on the screen or whatever Lincoln decides to do. So.
All right. So that's my news segment of the week, and
exactly.
That's because we are running really short on time this week. The funny thing is, at 5 o'clock, I said I've got an hour, and it took us half an hour to set up. So.
Well, we got half an hour left, so hopefully we can smash through this, and we'll be good. We just got to speak a bit fast,
No, I'm not going back to my speed. Moving on.
So that was our authentic news segment. I think. Well, that's what I have written down. Authentic news segment. But
we'll try and make it authentic something.
Authentic something. Yeah, because that's what we are. We are authentic human beings. I think you're real, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
If we're Aussie, we're going to have to sling it up a bit.
Authentic.
So we call it authentic something.
Authentic or something, Anyway, so our second segment of today is the snag of the day.
Snag of the day. And you're bringing this one to us.
I am. So I have found a really interesting article. 19 weird Australian laws.
And we're not going into all of them. We're not. I mean, 19 is just way too many.
We're not? Okay.
If you want to, how about we talk about some of them?
All right. Or maybe I can just speed read them. Is looking at what I'm being Samantha on
we don't do that.
No, so our first weird Australian law is, it is illegal to wear hot pink pants after midday on a Sunday.
I'm going to miss my hot pink pants.
I mean, I'm very disappointed by that news, because that's a regular...
I mean, they're really tight.
It's a regular occurrence for me, wearing hot pink pants, out there mowing the lawn on a Sunday.
For those of you out there, please let us know when was the last time you wore hot pink pants.
Or if you are currently wearing hot pink pants, send a photo in the comments of this video.
Absolutely.
Can you do that? No, you can't do that on
But you
YouTube.
can send us a message.
Send us a message with a photo of your hot pink pants. That sounds
Send it to us on Instagram. We haven't got a channel, but we'll set it up soon.
So our second weird Aussie law of the day is, it is an offence to possess 50 kilograms of potatoes in Western Australia. I mean, you got to be making a lot of mash to even consider having 50 kilograms of potatoes in the first place.
Well, the thing I'm thinking, if you got a camp over there and they got to feed 100 kids, what about a military base where they've got to feed 200-300 people and you can't go and actually buy 50 kilos of potatoes?
I know, yeah.
You've got to actually get rid of the first ones before you buy the next ones.
I mean, I want to know where the 50 kilos of sausages is going to be, or if it's illegal to have 50 kilos of sausages as well, because you can't have
bangers and mash.
You can't have mash without the bangers, So. Anyway, moving on. Our third weird law of the day is, this one's super weird. Taxi cabs in Queensland are required to carry a bale of hay in the trunk.
I'm so glad this law is still relevant.
See, come on, that can't be real, right?
I'm pretty sure that every time you turn up to the airport, whenever you put your bags into the taxi, there is no bale of hay.
Bale of hay in the trunk. Anyway, moving on.
Maybe it's for that extra seating.
Extra comfort, you know. The fourth weird law of today is the Summary Offences Act of 1966 deems it illegal to be heard by someone singing an obscene song. And then it says, does that include Taylor Swift?
So what would you consider an obscene song?
Well, I think Taylor Swift is... I'm going to go under so much fire for saying that, but no.
You know, I'd consider...
what do you consider a weird song?
I'd consider an obscene song something like, Baby, when the lights go out.
Or I know that ridiculous, annoying, repetitive, Baby Shark did. I hate that song so much. That is an obscene song.
Let us know what you think in the comments, what obscene songs there are out there.
Okay, only licensed electricians may change a light bulb. So I'm sure we have many criminals watching today's video.
This is actually something I've heard before from electricians that, you know, they often tell jokes along the lines of how many people does it take to change the light bulb? And the answer is always just one electrician.
The electrician, the person who's qualified to do it.
Right. So
But see, then why do they sell light bulbs at like grocery stores and at places like that? And if it's illegal for us regular humans to...
Well, you know, it's illegal to download movies, but how...
That is true. Anyway, moving on. Next one. This one is, okay, interesting. It is illegal to be drunk in a pub.
Well, they do chuck you out when you get to a certain point, but I'm guessing most of these laws are from like the 1920s.
Yeah.
Or before. I mean, it makes sense. Some of these are just, I mean, they don't happen these
people
days.
go to pubs to be drunk. People go to pubs to get
that's the thing. Like, I'm guessing originally when this law was made, it was we don't want people getting drunk in the pub, but you can go and enjoy yourself.
I know, yeah.
These days, enjoying yourself is getting hammered.
Getting hammered. I mean,
I'm not saying I do it.
Isn't that? Are you sure? No. I'm just kidding. Isn't that the? Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Moving on from that one.
I was gonna make a joke, but it's all right. We will continue. Okay, where are we? It is illegal to read some. Okay, that's no. We won't do that one.
It's illegal to read whatever he just read.
Here we go. All right. This one's interesting. Life sentences cannot exceed 25 years. Life sentences cannot exceed 25 years.
Well, I mean, think about it. It's 25 years to life. So when this was made, obviously, you know, life expectancy probably didn't make past 50.
True. Yeah.
So, you know,
but see, the thing that makes me curious is how can a court of law deny their own law by giving people...
Well, I mean, that's why we have amendments to the laws.
That is true.
And whoever wrote this list wasn't looking at the
wasn't
amendments,
amending
just
the law.
the
Yeah, pretty much. All right, the last one. In Melbourne, it is against the law to vacuum between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. during weekdays and 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. during weekends.
Who's up between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. vacuuming? Send us a link.
Crazy mums.
Since we've still got a couple minutes left in this segment, I've got a weekly church sign that I found.
Give it to us, Jason.
It says, too hot to keep changing the sign. This is Townsville after all. Sin bad, Jesus good. Details inside.
Yeah.
I like that.
Pretty straightforward. I think that is our new church sign that we should put up out the front.
That's a new church sign.
I mean, we do have that big billboard. So,
Sin bad, Jesus good. Isn't that the gospel just
Jesus
right there?
That is straight from the scripture, you know. For our next segment today on the Authentic Podcast, we are doing a cultural segment. So kind of cultural meaning like movies, you know, TV shows, music, anything new that's been happening. In the past, I think, week or two, I'm not sure when it came out, but in the past week or two, we had Andy Mineo, Christian rap artist, release Neverland 2, his new album, which is a sequel to his first Neverland album, which is why it's called Neverland 2, you know.
Now, you shared this music with me.
I did, yeah.
And I got to admit, I didn't get past the opening 5 seconds.
Really?
It's not my style.
Well, see, wait, so the opening 5 seconds of the first song? Because the first song is an intro. That's not like an actual song.
Look, I like T-Bone back in the day. You know, some good, clean words without the actual...
Well, see, yeah.
I can handle some Lecrae every now and again.
Well, see, like, this is... I'm in love with this album. I think it's amazing. I've been following...
This is why he's still single, girls.
Exactly. But I've been following Andy Mineo since, like, 2013, yeah, since his very first album, Formerly Known, came out.
If we need to make an edit, we'll make an edit right there.
No, I'm positive it is 2013.
So he's going to search it before he puts this up online. I'm pretty
sure.
And go, edit was actually.
Oh wait, it's actually this date. No. But yeah, no. So yeah, that his new album is out at the moment. I'm very excited. I've listened through it probably like 3-4 times.
If you want to hear him talk, check out the Relevant podcast this week.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, do you have any cultural news?
I think the cultural news, well, I got engaged a couple of weeks ago, so I'm kind of at the point now where I'm in the cultural lineup.
By the way, congratulations.
Thank you. Now, this just means that due to wedding costs, we've had to cut all our subscriptions in our house. So,
no more movies
so
for him.
I haven't seen a single What If. I haven't seen any. I am looking forward. What did I see today? I saw the new Obi-Wan trailer. Did you see that?
I actually have not seen that.
Alright, so it did not get me excited.
Really?
There looks like a little bit of more on Obi-Wan action there.
Okay.
That might have been the last bit. That really got me. But
that's the only bit that makes you happy.
I didn't get to see the new Hawkeye trailer. Did you?
Is there a new one?
There's a new Hawkeye trailer. See,
wait.
So the funny thing is, I'm more culturally relevant than he is.
What? How did I miss a new Hawkeye? Wait, so like, did that come out like in the past week?
Yeah.
How have I missed that?
So let's just say...
I don't know how...
Let's just say, for this week's cultural segment, I'm more culturally adept than he is.
Pretty much.
Have you seen any new movies this week?
I've watched Jake Gyllenhaal's new movie. Is it Not Guilty? Guilty, something like that, where he's the...
Well, I don't know what I saw the last bit of that at a mutual friend's place.
Yeah.
As I was waiting. So I've only seen like the last 10 minutes.
I thoroughly enjoyed that movie. It kept me attentive the whole time. It has its intense moments, but the thing that fascinates me about that movie is that it was all filmed in the same room.
Would you recommend it for families?
Well, like, you know what? I wouldn't categorize it as a family movie. It's definitely has its intense moments, but it's more of a mental intense moment because there is nothing visually that is bad, and I'm pretty sure there are some swear words in it, but the whole movie is shot in this one room with the camera on Jake Gyllenhaal's character.
I can tell you that there are swear words in it, and I just
there
caught
is.
The last 10 minutes.
Yeah. So there is swear words in it. Anyway.
I wouldn't go see it.
No.
Just the last 10 minutes I saw, the subject matter is too intense for most people.
No, yeah.
And if you've got mental health, I wouldn't be recommending it.
It deals with, suicide and mental health and mental illness and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, no, would not recommend it as a family movie. But just if you've seen it by yourself, would recommend. It's a good film.
All right. Culturally, what else there was? So
we can't talk about the new What If episode because you haven't seen it, Jason.
Well, you can see it. Trust me, I won't be seeing it for a while. Let's say at least 7 months.
7 months, okay, fair enough.
I haven't seen the last 4, to be honest.
Well,
I've been really
I don't
busy.
want to spoil anything for you, so...
Oh, trust me, you won't.
Oh, yeah.
I think I read news segments on it.
Oh, really? Okay, well, fair enough. Well, what have you read, Jason? Tell us about it.
Well, I know that the multiverse Avengers got brought together because Ultron could sense the Watcher, and Watcher had to do something.
The Guardians of the Multiverse, as they called it. And
then Black Widow got sent back to a totally screwed up.
Yeah.
And because Loki had a scepter in that, and he never actually got the scepter, it completely screwed up the What If time scale.
Yes, exactly.
So,
but what confused me, right, and I'm sure this is all part of...
And I haven't seen it yet.
But see, what confused me about that last episode is, now, like, I'm sure it was all part of the Watcher's plan, but he gathers these Guardians of the Multiverse. Black Widow isn't actually one of the people that he gathers, yet she is the person that ends up killing Ultron. Well, not killing Ultron, but sending a virus into his brain.
Well, I'm going to have to catch up to figure it out.
Oh, so yeah.
Because reality is, every time I watch something, I figure it out, and then I go, oh, this happened. Oh, that's right.
But like overall, that's like I thoroughly enjoyed the series, and knowing that it's all canon to the actual MCU gets me even more excited to see how they're going to...
made some mistakes like Loki's scepter, just saying.
Yes, they have. But I'm interested to see how...
Should be right here in my hand, a picture of Loki's scepter.
Right here, it's right there. No, but I am interested to see how they incorporate it into the actual MCU live action series.
Now, something to discuss in culture in Australia. Once again, we are 6 months behind, or 3 to 4 months behind American release schedules. They've seen.
Don't even say it.
They have seen.
I was so annoyed when I found out. How come America, America.
You're really going to go there.
How come America has the right to view Venom before we do?
They've seen Venom. They've just recently seen the new James Bond film.
And
Now-
then
now, let's
aren't
be
they
clear.
also getting Eternals first as well? Isn't
Yes.
that?
But let's be clear on this, all right? Australia's movie market is at maximum $25 million on a good week,
Yeah.
right? $25 million is a good afternoon in America. This is why they get released earlier in America. Also because the American broadcast company puts out way more movies than we do. They fund it. They fund us half the
That
time.
is true. But see, why does that give them a reason to release it over in America sooner than what we do?
I would assume right now it's due to the fact that Americans are probably pirating our movies every time they get released here earlier.
That
So
is
just
true.
in COVID, we were getting movies when they weren't. So maybe they just have to...
It's like, now this is what you get, Australia.
So for those of you who are a bit older than Lincoln, you might remember when we got it like a year behind sometimes, 6 months to a year, and that was all the time. That's
wow.
why Australia was the biggest piracy nation on earth.
Woo!
That is a legitimate fact.
Yeah, wow. But now I'm going to have to spend the next month avoiding spoilers.
All spoilers. That's right. By
And
the
it's hard
way-
when like my whole Instagram feed is just like Marvel and Disney and stuff. It's like, how am I gonna do this?
By the way, just to let you know, every time there is now a spoiler alert, we're actually going to put spoiler alert up because
Are we?
I've been told by several people we need one.
don't spoil it.
And
TV
probably
shows.
even make it into a Star Trek spoiler red section.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
at least you know, oh, it's still red, click on.
Yeah. Okay. You just mentioned Star Trek. Actually,
Oh, yeah. By the
Actually-
way, 2 new shows coming. Star Trek Picard should be coming out this month. And Star Trek Discovery Season 4, which I have not seen the trailer for, so please do not ruin that for
well,
me.
I was actually going to say I've never actually watched Star Trek.
We're going to deal with this off screen. There'll be some suspenseful music here.
I only know this, and it's
There's going to be some sad...
only because I've watched The Big Bang Theory.
Okay,
many
come on,
times.
tell me what that is.
This is like Spock, right?
Yes,
It is Spock.
but what does it mean? You're actually doing it wrong. That's better.
Well, it's from Star Trek, so yeah.
So,
Oh wait, I feel like I know it. No, it's gone.
so it's live long and prosper.
That's the one.
The return is peace and long life,
Peace and long life.
right? It's actually a Jewish greeting. And Leonard Nimoy got it from his Jewish background.
Oh wow.
So there is some cultural relevance for you today. I bought it.
Wow. Yeah, no, I've seen like an episode here and there, but I've never actually,
If I were in your shoes, I would go see Star Trek Picard.
Well, see, because I'm an avid like Star Wars fan, isn't there some sort of like thing between Star Wars and?
So the 2009 Star Trek film, the J.J. Abrams one,
Yeah.
blended Star Wars with Star Trek because he loves Star Trek.
Oh, really?
But he also loves Star Wars. So it's a lot more fast paced. It's a lot more go.
Okay.
If you really like Star Wars, watch the J.J. Abrams Star Trek.
Okay, I might have
And
to do
then
that.
watch Discovery.
Discovery. Okay, is that a
And Picard.
series?
Discovery is a series about 4. I think it's almost season 5. But the reason for that is that Star Trek Discovery is. It's just some really nice graphics. It's one of the best graphics.
Yeah.
Star Trek Picard takes after the Next Generation, but you can watch it as a standalone, and it is amazingly good.
Yeah, really. Okay. Well, I will.
That's my theory. I know
Definitely
some
do
people that we're going to do a sci-fi show eventually, and they're going to argue that point.
Yes, we'll have a Star Wars versus Star Trek debate. Anyway, so on to our next segment.
Right, our next segment.
Sport.
And
Is sports!
Yeah, our next segment was going to be an interview. Due to the fact that we've both been off 2 weeks, we haven't got any
anyone to interview
we
yet.
do have 2 interviews we have to line up.
Do we? Oh, yeah, you have
3,
one,
actually.
isn't it? Yeah.
3.
3. And Ben also wants to hop back on as a guest as well.
And we forgot to ring Josh.
And we forgot to ring Josh. Sorry, Josh,
So
if you're watching
out
this.
there, send us a comment saying, guys, remember me.
So sorry. You're in the past now, my friend. No. I'm just kidding.
We're going to see some John Travolta walking around.
John Travolta with the...
That Michael. John Travolta is Michael.
It's Michael, yeah. Anyway, so on to our next segment. We are
So
doing
we're doing sports.
sport segment.
Now, this is Lincoln's
Pride and joy.
his pride and joy. He actually does some recording for the Townsville Stadium.
One of my jobs is a recorder for the Cowboys.
But we're going to talk about the grand final. 3 stories in particular. First one, the actual grand final. The Panthers versus the Rabbitohs.
Whew.
Who were you going for at the start?
I was going for the Rabbitohs.
All right, I was going for the Panthers.
Okay, yeah, see, the Panthers are great, right? But I was purely going for the Rabbitohs because it was Benji Marshall's last season.
All right, I wanted Russell Crowe to lose.
Russell Crowe to lose. Oh, and also, just announced today, actually, starting, I think, 2023, they are going to be including a 17th club.
Expansion League? Did they tell you which one?
The Redcliffe Dolphins.
The Redcliffe Dolphins.
I think it's Redcliffe, but it is the Dolphins.
It's Redcliffe. It's Redcliffe Dolphins.
It's Redcliffe Dolphins, yeah.
I know this.
Yeah, so
It's not even my thing.
The Redcliffe Dolphins, so I'm really excited there's been rumours that possibly Cameron Munster could be going to that club and possibly Wayne Bennett could be coaching that club.
He could be an overall coach.
Which is massive.
We'll see, he's old.
So, but he's also one of the best coaches in the NRL. I mean, he is the best coach in the NRL, even though he lost the grand final this year. But I would still count him as number one best coach.
So it was interesting this week seeing Ivan Cleary being told basically by the club that fired him a few years ago, we were wrong.
We were wrong, yeah.
Now,
speaking of Penrith,
before we go into that, watching the game, one of the things that, because I was watching with my future and brother-in-law, and we were kind of going, both teams are actually playing really well.
Oh, yeah.
They were playing really well. But
Penrith's defense is just ridiculous.
Penrith's defense was amazing.
Ridiculous. And see, what blows my mind is if Adam Reynolds hadn't have missed that conversion from the sideline, I reckon...
You see the look on his face?
I reckon Rabbitohs would have won. And it was like one of those, like, throwback moments like the 2015 grand final.
There were a few forced errors that
definitely.
So so going on to
this week's like sports headline is the Penrith Panthers have broken the trophy, the 2021 Premiership trophy.
Seriously, how do you get all
the two little people? It will be put up on the screen.
They do get replicas of this trophy, they broke the real one.
They broke the actual one.
It has been broken before.
Although there have been little rumours here and there that they broke the replicas. But
either way, look, the fact is it has been broken before. The last time it got broken was because it was thrown out of a moving car.
Exactly.
So how?
And I don't think it's been announced yet how they actually broke the trophy, but
if it's thrown out of a moving car, that's times 2. Make it a better trophy.
That is time to make it a more. But isn't it just like metal, like through and through? Isn't it?
Have you ever received the trophy in sport?
I have. I played soccer for many years, we were for the Brothers Leagues Club here in Townsville. And
I received a few tennis trophies, and they were breakable.
Really. Yeah. I mean, I have broken.
They're getting cheaper these days.
They are, yeah.
Mind you, that thing's supposed to be a few years old. So.
I know, and it's a trophy for the NRL. Shouldn't it be this big expensive prized jewel? I
think they just like paying their players. The last Panthers story we had was Brian
To'o.
Yeah, that.
Brian
To'o.
You say
who is a Christian.
He is.
Goes to Hillsong
as well. Yeah.
We're not going to get into that discussion right now. Maybe one day we will.
Maybe one day, yeah.
But goes to Hillsong. At the end of the grand final, he proposes to his girlfriend.
He does.
Right. The funny thing is he's not kneeling because she's up in the stand. So he still looks lower.
And then my favorite thing about that whole proposal was he immediately turns around to the boys and starts going, yeah.
But she's encouraging. That's fine.
I know, yeah.
My question is, what happens if they lost?
What if they?
Does she say no?
What if she said no? Yeah. It's a very big risk here.
Yeah, what if she said no even though they won, but they made it look all good?
I know, yeah. I mean, there was a video. Actually, no,
so we know she said yes, but I mean, just simply the fact.
What a magic moment, though. Isn't that just that'd be the peak of his life right there, winning the grand final and then proposing to his missus. Yeah, no, that would have been...
See, I still want to know what happens if he loses. We need an alternate version of what if.
Yeah. What if episode? What if the Panthers lost to a 2021 grand final?
All right, so this is going to be a shorter episode, but we are going to move on.
Yes, we have a games segment now, Jason, which we haven't prepared for.
What's the game we're playing today?
Today we are playing... Do you want to do... Well, we got two options.
Just pick one of the two. Pick the one...
All right, we'll just pick the second one. So today's game, we are going to be doing a one-word association game where one of us has to say singular words describing a movie, and the other person has to guess the movie that they are describing. So, for example, I'd go, fish, ocean, fish tank.
That's 2 words.
No, so you say them individually. So, not in a.
So how about we do 3 choices with 1 word each time?
Okay.
So
yeah.
adds
So
to-
you got 3 chances to guess. All right. I think we should do that. And the movie that I was describing was Nemo. If you don't know, but yeah. Anyway. Anyway, so I don't know. Do you want to go first, Jason, or
Sure.
I don't. I haven't picked a movie yet, so in my head, I'm gonna try and think of a movie now. I'm terrible.
All right.
Okay, give it to me.
First word. Water.
Nemo.
Second word.
All right.
Costner.
What?
Costner.
Costner. Costner. Costner.
Do you need another word?
Yes, please give me another word,
All right,
Jason.
third and final clue.
Here we go, come on.
Apocalypse.
Water, Costner, apocalypse. See, people are going to hate me for not getting this.
Well, I don't think they'll hate you.
I feel like it's obvious, but okay.
I also
Water,
feel it was done before you were born.
Yeah, probably. Water, Costner, apocalypse. Is there any chance Apocalypse is the name of the movie?
No. So
Right,
the name of the movie is Waterworld with Kevin Costner.
I have not seen that movie. So
1995. I was pretty sure you hadn't
See,
seen it.
because I knew Costner was the last name of an actor, but I just couldn't piece it together in my head. Did you guess? Did you guess correctly?
Let us know in the comments.
Know if you guessed correctly in the comments. All right.
You got a movie yet?
I do.
Do you have 3 clues yet? That was the tricky part for me.
All right. Let me just give me a second.
Again, we're going to have some intermingling music here. Intermingling is not the right word, by the way.
Intermingling, is that a word?
No, it is.
Intermingling. All right, so yeah, we just have some like elevating music playing.
Intermittent.
All right, let me just think.
This is your bathroom break. We can't hear you in the bathroom.
I hope not.
We have speakers.
And if we can,
You can hear us though.
All right.
We can hear you.
Oh, okay, I know.
All right, let's hit
Pig.
Babe.
Babe? No.
Okay.
Spider.
Into the Spider-Verse.
No. Little girl.
Charlotte's Web.
Yep, you got it. Damn. No! Anyway, so
right.
Jason wins this week.
We will do this. We will do the first game.
But in future, if we both guess it right, then we'll do a tiebreaker for third. But
so in the
that was the most stale game ever. That one. Anyway,
give us comments on how to make it better.
Yeah.
Here's another one. We're going to do Rotten Tomatoes.
We are.
You don't need to look at your phone right now.
Oh, so you're just doing it for me?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So I'm going to give Lincoln 3 sets of movies.
3 sets of movies.
All right. To just give us a little bit more time.
Okay.
All right. And you have to pick the one with the highest. And this time, the first time we'll go highest.
Are we going to rank them in order? Rank them in order of highest to lowest, maybe?
No, so I'm just going to do 1 and 1.
Okay, yep.
All right, so the first time will be the highest.
Okay.
Second time will be the lowest.
Okay.
We're going to do Joker.
Joker, all right.
That's the Joaquin Phoenix movie.
Yeah.
From a few years ago.
Yeah.
And we're going to go... Oh. Return of the King.
Return of the King.
Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we're doing which one has the highest Rotten Tomatoes? I'm going to say Return of the King. No. Joker. Highest. So Joker has the higher Rotten Tomatoes percentage.
All right, so we're locking that in?
I'm locking that in.
Okay. So Lord of the Rings has a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. Joker has a 68% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I should have stuck with my guts. No.
All right, this time we're going for lowest score.
Lowest score. All right.
All right, so we're going to go with the classic film I love, Down Periscope.
Down Periscope. I actually have not seen that.
Oh, if you've not seen it, you gotta see it.
Down Periscope. All right, I'll add it to my list. Down
All right,
Periscope.
So Down Periscope versus Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. I haven't seen either of those movies. So this is just going to be an off-the-cuff guess. So we're doing which one's lower?
Which one's lower?
All right, well, I'm going to
So
base
I
it.
can tell you, I'll give you some information. Blazing Saddles was a Gene Wilder film.
All right.
All right, it was Mel Brooks before, and it's what's referenced in Robin Hood Men in Tights when you have a black sheriff and they say it worked in Blazing Saddles.
Okay.
All right, so you've got
What year was it made?
19... You know, I had that a second. Oh, there we go. 1974.
And when was your one released?
Mine was released a little bit later than that.
So there's Blazing Saddles, and then
Mine was released in 1996. It's about a submarine crew.
so there's Blazing Saddles, and then what's
Down
Periscope?
Periscope.
Down Periscope. Blazing Saddles or Down Periscope. So which one is the lowest? All right, I'm gonna base this fully off of.
Oh, Down Periscope has Kelsey Grammer
Okay.
and Rob Schneider.
And
in
Rob
his
Schneider.
first film.
Rob Schneider.
In his first film.
All right, I'm gonna go bake a cake.
He is getting baked.
I'm gonna base this solely off of that you like this. What's the first one that you said?
I like both of these, so
under-
it doesn't count. But Down Periscope?
Down Periscope. That's it. I'm gonna say that Blazing Saddles has the lower Rotten Tomatoes.
And you're locking that in.
I am looking that in.
Okay. Blazing Saddles has an 88%.
Oh,
Just to give you an idea, the audience score is 91%.
what?
All right?
I'm not good at this. Oh wait, well we don't know if I've lost yet.
All right. I'll just bring Down Periscope back up. It decided to disappear. There we go. Down Periscope has a 12%. Now, that's critic. That's critic.
Why do you like this
The
movie?
audience score is 62%.
So can we combine the both, and that still won't be higher.
Right, the funny thing is, I actually prefer Down Periscope over
Wow,
Blazing Saddles. But, yeah, a lot of the films I like...
12%.
12%. Critics did not enjoy this film.
Wow, critics are a bunch of cows. No,
All right.
All right.
Now, last one will be for me.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
And I'm going to be picking the higher of the two.
Okay.
Now, what you have to do is search for one, look at it, then search for the next one, and then you can go back.
Yeah. All right. Good. The first movie is Napoleon Dynamite.
Somehow I figured he'd bring that one back.
And the second movie is going to be Her. You know, the one with
Scarlett Johansson?
Joaquin Phoenix.
What?
Yep.
Or Joaquin Phoenix?
Which one is higher? Joaquin Phoenix in Her or Napoleon Dynamite? One of my favourite movies. Which one is
Napoleon Dynamite was definitely a critical darling. I don't know why. And Her was also a critical darling. They got to be pretty close, I think. But I'm going to go with Napoleon Dynamite.
So you're locking that in?
I'm locking that in.
Napoleon Dynamite is the highest one?
Yep.
Bow bow!
You'll actually get a butter or something.
No, so Napoleon Dynamite has 73% Rotten Tomatoes.
Still high.
And Her has 94.
Right, so Lord of the Rings still beats it.
Still beats it, yeah, only just.
98%.
Yeah, no, so...
I see in your face when I said 98%, I was like, what?
Yeah, no, so I just realised that we both lost every round of that game.
Which
so
actually makes it a good game, because it's
it
not
does.
as easy.
It makes it harder for us, so which makes it more fun.
So guys, thank you for joining us today at Authentic. We will be doing some others. I know that I will be doing a relationship podcast and
Indeed.
somehow engaged, not dating.
Indeed.
I'm going to talk to Lincoln occasionally about why he's still single.
Yeah, well,
But I'm going to be doing that one with my fiance.
Mm.
We're looking at doing a sci-fi show. I already have a co-host lined up for that one.
And I'm possibly looking at doing a sports show with someone as well.
Yeah, so keep an eye out. Most of those will be podcasts. This will be the only one that's video.
Yeah, they'll all be audio on all the platforms. But yeah, so overall, thank you for joining us on Authentic. We look forward to seeing you next week.
I just realised we didn't explain Authentic.
We didn't explain
Did we explain it last week?
No, because we hadn't come up with it. No, we had
We
come
did
up,
do the video.
We did the video.
Just 2 weeks ago. But
Yeah,
anyway,
no,
we did.
we did. So if you want to find out why,
And yeah, we got a comment saying, "What's
What?
authentic?"
all right. Well, you know what, we may as well just go.
Let's just go. It's being real.
So yeah, it's just being real. It's just being truthful and just being real exactly about topics situations, events, just speaking our heart and our truth on stuff that's happening in the world.
Absolutely. So if you got any comments, suggestions, news stories, cultural
Games
stories,
that we can
games
play.
that you'd like us to play, or maybe you'd like to be involved in,
Or maybe you would even like us to review a certain movie, you know.
or that,
Comment.
we've still got one movie we have to look at.
We do.
If
Comment
even if you
down in
want
the
to join the show in a segment, we might have a segment called Ring the...
Ring in. We'll do call-ins, and we look forward to having a large.
So we can do
variety
that
of
on the
people.
audio podcast. So it won't be on the video one, but we can do those on the audio podcast. So send us through all those questions. If you have questions, email us at authentic.
Authentic Podcast Queensland at gmail.com. It's going to be right here on the screen.
It'll be on the screen because it is QLD.
Indeed. We will see you next week on Authentic.
See you later.